Hey, 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 happy Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. Come on in, let's go. Listen, we're going to get straight to it because I want to make sure that everybody has enough time. Plus, I need to make sure I get with my family. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day for me, so I want to continue to spend some time with my family. Hopefully, you like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to go ahead and get started on time as much as possible. Hannah for Truth, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay. So, I do want to jump straight into this because thank you so very much for liking the live. I appreciate you, Hannah, for Truth. I appreciate you. So as you all are coming in, make sure that you give the thumbs up on YouTube. I appreciate that. And tap, tap, tap like Hannah's doing. Share, repost, as well as comment and let me know where you're tuning in from. You can do that on YouTube as well. And as far as my people on YouTube, if you have not done so yet, subscribe, especially if you've been back. You've been here a couple of times. Go ahead and subscribe and then hit that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. Cutting the music down so that way I'm not yelling. Thank you so very much for you're awesome. I appreciate you, Hannah. So listen, let's do this. Let's run it. Okay. Thank you for continuing to like the live. I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it because we don't have that much time. We want to do what we came to do. Okay. We are about to wrap up this particular series for Crypto 101. That doesn't mean I'm not doing it again. It just means the things that we've been talking about for the past 4 sessions, okay, 4 episodes. This is wrapping it up. Miguel, welcome in. Happy Friday. All right. So I want you to, keep that in mind. We're going to be moving forward. But I have a question for y'all because I remember once upon a time I was doing a whole lot of research. Welcome in, T Walker. I see you. Happy Friday. I was doing a whole bunch of research and everything, reading all the articles, watching all the videos on YouTube University. I wasn't on TikTok like that, so I'm not even going to sit here and say that, yes, I was. Okay. But, looking at every single chart, and there was a point where I still didn't invest, like, for whatever reason. Okay. And it's not just cryptocurrency, even though that's what I talk about here. I see your face. Welcome in. Happy Friday. But I'm talking about investing in general, right? How many of you have sat here and you've seen the information? You got all the information, but you don't pull the trigger, right? You don't press buy. You got all the you watched all the videos, you got the ebooks, you know what I'm saying? You don't read the articles, you're listening to Yahoo Finance and Bloomberg and all this. You got all this information, but you still don't pull the trigger. Okay. This is what we're gonna talk about tonight. Okay, this is what we're going to talk about tonight. Because some people saying King, was that Sand King? My bad. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Because some people may get to that point where you have all this information, but you're sitting here like, well, I don't know, like maybe this is the wrong decision. Or you do pull the trigger. Ali, welcome in. Happy Friday. You do pull the trigger, right? Let's just say you do pull the trigger, but then you immediately think like, oh shoot, did I make a mistake? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Liv, welcome in. Happy Friday, right? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Right? You said that is me. You're not by yourself, Hannah. I've done it. I don't know about y'all on YouTube. What you got? Okay. But I've done it, so the reason I'm bringing this up is because we've talked about a lot over the past 2 weeks. Okay. KB, welcome in. Happy Friday. And what I don't want is for you all to not pull the trigger on something that you feel confident in or you want to invest in. That's a better word to say. Something you want to invest in. Zico, welcome in. Happy Friday. But you don't do it because you're in your head. Okay. So before we jump into everything, we love welcome in Patrick. Welcome in. Happy Friday, y'all. Before we jump into everything, I want to introduce myself because there are some names that's coming across here. Mary, welcome in. Happy Friday. I do not recognize some of y'all. I've never seen you before. So thank you, Hannah, for sharing the live. I appreciate you. He would wait until I go live to start playing with his toy. jumping up here and stuff. Denny, welcome in. Happy Friday. So I want to introduce everybody to me. My name is Leona Clark Woods. Welcome in. Happy Friday. I've been investing in the crypto space since 2020, but I was originally introduced to it as a trader in 2017. 2017, it didn't really work out for me because, child, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Abra, welcome in. Happy Friday. I had no clue what I was doing, okay? So needless to say, I sat it down, Jake, and then I decided in 2020 I wanted to get back to it. Welcome in, Mass Boy. Happy Friday, right? So I decided I wanted to get back into it. And when I did that, this is when Miss Tootie, welcome in, Happy Friday. This is when I actually was taught some like fundamentals, basics. I was given like a foundation, right? When it came to learning to invest, meaning I'm buying and I know I'm holding for years. At a bare minimum, we talked about this on Tuesday, the Neuropathic. Thank you so very much for the roses. Welcome in. Happy Friday. And that heart me, I appreciate you. The Grant Man, welcome in. Happy Friday. So what we talked about briefly on Tuesday was the people who are serious investors, professional investors, the ones who have the big money, right? Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. They are holding, or they plan to invest, or they make plans with their money just in general. They make plans for at a bare minimum 10 years, right? So it wasn't until this type of thinking was introduced to me where it's like, hey, you need to be thinking about holding for some years. They didn't say 10 years, but they were like, hold money for some years. Media, welcome in. Happy Friday, right? So this is when I started investing in crypto, taking it serious, doing the research, making mistakes, but I'm still here today. 6 years later, Alice, welcome in. I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm talking to y'all right now today, okay? So welcome to Crypto 101 for all my people. If this is your first time here, because some of these names do not look familiar, I appreciate y'all for coming in. I want to be very clear on something, y'all. I am not a fan of using a lot of big words, crypto jargon. Welcome in, Daniel. I appreciate you. I'm not that person. I'm not big on, talking like I'm on Wall Street, because I've never been on Wall Street. I am a regular retail investor, just like the majority of you. If you are watching me on TikTok or on YouTube, more than likely you are a retail investor. Okay? I personally don't know anyone that's watching my live streams or my videos that is a multi-millionaire on Wall Street, or owns a very large corporation. I don't know those individuals. I know I know retail investors, small business owners like myself. Those are the people who watch my lives. Okay, thank you for continuing to like the live. Y'all help Hannah out by tapping the screen. Help Hannah out. We don't want Hannah thumbs or index fingers to be going numb, because she's the only one sitting here tapping the screen. Ron, welcome in. Mary, welcome in. Happy Friday. Thank you for the repost too, Rome. I appreciate you. Michelle, welcome in. Yes, I do hold XRP, Mary. Absolutely. Okay. Make real money. Welcome in. Happy Friday. So yeah. Thank you for that heart me. I appreciate you, Rome. So yeah, I'm not a fan of using complicated words and stuff where you sitting here thinking to yourself, man, I need to pull out a dictionary or thesaurus when Leona's talking. I'm not that person. Robert, welcome in. Happy Friday. I'm going to talk to you like how I talk to people who are around me every single day. Okay. And on top of that, y'all, this is a judgment-free zone. This is a judgment-free community. Our boy, see, you already know. You already know. That's why you put that laughing emoji after it. I'm not going to read the question. Do you hear me? I'm not even going to read it. Edwin, welcome in. Happy Friday. I see you. You coming in here trying to start some trouble already. I'm glad you're having a great Friday, because you came in here joking already. That means you having a good day. Okay, that's good. I love to see it. Josiah, welcome in. Happy Friday. Hey, Mary from Chicago. Well, welcome in from Chicago. Absolutely. I'm glad to see it. I don't really get too many people from Chicago in here. I get a whole bunch of New York and folks from the South. What else? Jersey. So I get a bunch of New York, which is weird. I'm like, I'm not from New York, but a lot of people like the way I talk, I guess. I don't know. But I get a lot of New York, Jersey, and then folks from the South. Using I found Dallas, Texas. Let's go. Let's go. I see you. I see you. So yeah. So I'm one of those people. I want to have a conversation with you. We're gonna talk back and forth. That's why when y'all hear me say, you know, where my battle buddy's at. What's up, battle buddy? That's my battle, right? I'm prior military, so or retired military, I should say. So when I say battle buddies, that's something that we had to have in the Army. And so we use that as a means to say, hey, listen, you got my back, I got your back. We're going to make sure that you don't get in any trouble. You're going to make sure I don't get in any trouble, all right? You know, that's it. That's all. Let's go. There you go with that auntie. Hey, auntie. That's what you should be typing in there. I see you, wrong. What's going on? So yeah. So when you hear me say, you know, oh, there go my battle right there. That's what I'm talking about. These are people who consistently come back to my live streams. They add value. We learn from each other because, again, y'all, even though I'm the one that's sharing stuff on these live streams, that does not mean that I know everything. Okay? That just means that there's some things that I know, some things that I've experienced, and what I would love to do is prevent you from going through certain hardships that I experienced and other people have experienced because we've had those conversations. I want you to win. Okay? There go one of my battle buddies. Come on, Bear Market Bully up in here. Let's go. Let's go. I see you, Bear Market Bully. Thank you for sharing the live too and grabbing that hard meat. I appreciate you. So at the end of the day, y'all, our goal here is to make sure that everybody understands how money moves so we can all make better financial decisions. Okay? I want you to win. I don't want you going forward using Not Found. Yeah, that's not the topic we're on. You see this? We're talking about our investing routine. Okay, that's the topic we on. and number 2 for using Not Found. That's how I know you're new here. Okay, don't come in here telling me what to do. Please don't. This is my live stream. If you want to talk about something, then you host a live stream. I appreciate you coming. Okay, I do. But don't come here trying to boss me around, dog. All right? That's not how we move around here. One duh. Is that what that means? Thank you for the follow. Is that what they say? Yeah, let's go. So, yeah, I want y'all to ask your questions for sure, okay? And I want to reassure you there's no such thing as a stupid question, especially if you're brand new. You know, like, you don't know what you don't know, okay? Oh, Wanda. Oh, my God. My bad. Boy, that went that went over my head. Good Lord, y'all. Don't judge me. I mean, I wouldn't care if you judge me, but I know I was the only one. Y'all may not want to admit it because you don't want to be judged, but I don't care. Overtime, welcome in. Happy Friday. All right, I appreciate you, Wanda. Well, we're glad you're here. All right, I appreciate you. So let's go. Let's talk about before we jump into it too, y'all, I am not a licensed financial advisor yet, meaning I don't have a securities license. So when you ask, because there's going to be somebody who's not familiar with me and is new here, when you ask, hey, what should I buy Bitcoin right now? Should I buy, like David is asking, what is your opinion on XRP and XLM? Good or not so good? I'm an investor in XRP. I don't hold XLM. I'm not going to tell someone that it's good or not good. What I'm going to do is say, do your own research. Whatever the research tells you, if in your gut you say, you know what, this sounds like something I could get behind, I want to invest my money into it, then run it. If you're like, nah, it don't sound right, it don't feel good, then don't invest in it. It's that simple. But we're going to stick to our topic, okay? So yeah, I'm not a financial advisor yet, y'all. So therefore, I cannot tell you what to invest in. and I cannot tell you when to invest. However, what I typically end up doing is say, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing that. Or I'm not doing that because of XYZ. Got it? What is going? Why they said it? This thing just be blocking all kind of comments. All right, so as you all are coming in, thank you so very much for the 2K likes on TikTok so far. Y'all keep tapping the screen, share, repost if you're not comfortable with sharing yet, because this is your first time here or you don't know me like that. It's all good. Okay, reposting does the same thing because we want to make sure that we get this live stream out to as many people as possible, because what I'm going to be talking about tonight, and of course sharing with y'all my screen, this is stuff that can help you with making a decision. Okay, I'm not telling you what to do. It's going to help you to make a decision. It's going to help you to think about the decision that you're going to make when it comes to investing in cryptocurrency. Richard, thank you for the follow. Wanda, thank you for the repost. Richard, thank you for the repost. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so before we get into the lesson for tonight, I want to kind of like, take you back. We do like story times and stuff here. Okay, so kind of like going into the whole idea of like putting things together, all right, with the story. So I don't know if y'all remember like when you first started learning how to ride a bike. Okay, anybody here remember like what the process was for you when you first learning how to ride a bike? Because we talked about learning how to drive a car. A lot of us remember that, right? But if you remember how you were learning to ride a bike, I kind of do. Like, I remember being super nervous. I remember like wobbling and stuff. Definitely falling, child. I definitely remember. Oh, you doing talk to type? Okay, I got you, Mary. But I definitely remember falling, right? Because of that overcorrecting and stuff. I see you, Bear Market Bully. I got you. I appreciate you for coming in though. And hopefully everybody is doing well and y'all have fun. Okay? Enjoy your family. Most definitely. But yeah, I remember falling because you overcorrected and everything like that, right? So at some point, I know for me, I don't remember when exactly, but I remember my confidence grew because I wasn't falling as much. I wasn't overcorrecting as much. Mighty Love, welcome in. Happy Friday. I wasn't overcorrecting as much. Freebird, what's going on? That's another. Come on, battle. Let's go, battle, buddy. I see you. But yeah, like I wasn't overcorrecting as much. And then I was able to eventually speed up. I didn't have to think about balancing as much and stuff. All right, Mary, I see you when you get back. I didn't have to think about I appreciate you. I didn't have to think about like, balancing myself and all that stuff. It's just like what I've been doing, those habits that I've created when I was learning to ride that bicycle, they just eventually took over. Mr. H. Trays, welcome in. Thank you for the corgi. I appreciate you, Bear Market Bully. I appreciate you. Right? Freebird, see you. So eventually I was able to just make it happen. Okay. And I'm riding my bike. Y'all, when it comes to us investing, whether it's in crypto, stocks, real estate, whatever it is, okay, we start out wobbly, messing up. We're going to fall, meaning we're going to lose some money, okay? But at some point, we eventually get a system or develop a system that works for us. So that way, now we are seeing the results that we want. We're making the money. Our portfolio was growing by X amount percentage every single week, every single month, every single year. Okay, Tommy, welcome in. I see you. Gina, welcome in. Happy to see you. I see you. Happy Friday. I gotta slow down because when I start speeding up, I get the stuttering, child. No. So yeah. For my people who are new to crypto, you've been in the space for less than 1 year, I'm going to ask that you type new in the chat. Thank you so very much for the rose. Welcome in, Crypto Stock Market, y'all. Give him a follow. Give Crypto Stock Markets a follow from the live stream, y'all. He goes live and helps out those of us that are in the crypto space definitely have beginner stuff, but also for people who are a bit more experienced. So there's a nice blend there. Okay, community is awesome. I love it. Y'all go ahead and check him out from the live stream though, y'all, because I don't want y'all to mess around and lose your money. Because the scammers are scamming, okay? They all up and through them DMs. I see you. Antonio say new. Richard say new. Hannah, yep, I know I've seen you. So second day, I see you. All right. Albert, welcome in. So shout out to y'all that are new. All right. If that's new to crypto or new to me, I appreciate y'all for taking the time to watch me. You don't have to come on this live stream, but you're here, so I appreciate y'all, especially on a Friday. You know, Gina say I'm new too. Okay, I got you. Yo, Ski, thank you for the follow. For the like. Thank you, Crypto Stock Markets, for the Go Pops. I appreciate you. So yeah, continue to tap the screen. Wanda's still here. I see you new. All right, keep tapping the screen, y'all. Share, repost, and continue to comment. So let's go. Last week, so actually for the past 2 weeks, we've been talking about like going from, why does Bitcoin move, right, to where we are today. So actually on last Friday, and then Tuesday, we were talking about the 5 gauges. I'm gonna go over them, so don't panic. All right, don't freak out. If you cannot stay on this live stream on TikTok the whole time, y'all, I am recording this on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube, so you can always go and watch the replay. Okay. But over the past 2 sessions, so Friday and this past Tuesday, we talked about these 5 gauges, okay? There's 5 things that I look at before I even open up my Bitcoin chart, okay? I personally look at Bitcoin before I look at anything else. Yes, I'm on YouTube right now, Crypto Stock Markets. So when I start sharing my screen, y'all, you'll be able to see it better on YouTube than on TikTok. I'm just giving y'all the heads up. That's what I've been told by multiple people. So yeah, so there's 5 things that I look at before I open up my Bitcoin chart, because I view Bitcoin as like my gauge, okay? Like the 5 things that I'm in, but it's like my gauge for how the cryptocurrency market is moving and where it has the potential to head, okay? So those 5 things are the US dollar index, okay? The US dollar index, the US 10-year treasury yield, okay? And the third thing is the NASDAQ, specifically QQQ. Come on, Bear Market Bully. Help them out. There we go. I pinned it for y'all on TikTok so that way y'all can see it. Okay? QQQ, that's the NASDAQ, NVIDIA, and Bitcoin ETF flow. Okay? And there's a reason for that, because we covered like what questions each of those gauges answer for us, why we're looking at it, looking at each one of those first. And then we also, on this past Tuesday, we covered like what happens when those 5 gauges do not agree, when they disagree, okay? And I introduced to people the traffic light method. So pretty much red, green, yellow, okay? So green, real quick recap, green means we are looking at a high confidence environment as it pertains to growth assets, high risk investments, okay, technology, all right? Yellow means that we're seeing mixed signals based on those 5 gauges, all right? So that means that more than likely we should, take our time, slow down, and possibly come back and look later, okay? Because there was a change like on Tuesday, I believe. 1 minute it was showing one thing, and then when I came back, by the time it was time for us to look at, by the time it was time for us to go live, that's when I saw, oh, okay, it's flipped. So yellow means mixed signals at the time. You probably just need to come back and look later. It may flip. Okay. Red, though, means caution for us, because it appears that institutional investors at this moment aren't taking financial risk today. We only look at today, okay? When we're considering making a decision. All right. So if you missed those 2 lessons, the ones talking about the 5 gauges and introducing that traffic light method, right? You can always go back and watch the replay on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube. Okay. And then it breaks it down. Fast forward, rewind, pause, whatever you need to do. All right. So tonight, what we're going to do is attempt to bring everything together. Okay. So if you've been with me for the past 2 weeks, then tonight is going to be your graduation. Okay. Because you're going to be graduating from reacting to the markets to thinking before executing in the markets. All right. That is the goal for you. So before we dive into this lesson, what I want to do is show you something, because over the past, few weeks or whatever, we weren't learning like random pieces of information. All right. The way that I do stuff, eventually it's going to make sense. Freebird, thank you for the repost. I see you. The ultimate OC. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Right. Eventually it's going to make sense. You're going to be like, aha. Y'all remember that? On Coming to America. Aha. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. That light bulb is going to come on, okay? Because during that time, we've been building the system. Thank you so very much for that Hard Meat Prison, the blockchain. Y'all give him a follow as well. He does really good with providing crypto information. Safe bet. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Thank you for that Hard Meat too. Make sure y'all following these people. When I pin them, follow them from the live stream, because more than likely they have copycat accounts. Okay? More than likely they have copycat accounts. And I'm not going to pin somebody and say follow if I don't feel like they speak to us. Okay? People like me. All right? I see you. Safe bet. Talk. What are your five cryptos? We already know what it is. But let me focus. All right? Let me focus. I'll answer real quick. Y'all just hold me to it. Get back to it, okay? Brown sugar, babe. What's going on? Thank you for that heart, me too. I appreciate you. All right, my top 5 cryptos are, of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. I used to say, Jesus, I can't even say. I just do my 3. My 3 are Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. I used to be like, oh, yeah, I'm still Cardano, gang. Cardano don't tick me off. No, bear market bully. Absolutely not. Don't even. Shh. You right. Shh. Shh. Bear market bully. You don't got brown sugar on there with you talking about some, man, y'all. Oh, Lord. Here we go. So it don't went from the XRP army to that one. You see, I haven't said it. Safe bet asks, what are your least favorite cryptos? Solana. Solana. There, Solana. The people who've been here, they know why. Shoot. Let me get back. All right, Safe bet, you starting to get me off track. Let me get back on track, okay? So yeah, I never heard of the Metallicus. I never heard of that one. Prison the blockchain. I'm a pin his though, so y'all can check that out. But I never heard of that one. I see y'all, Bear Market Bully and Brown Sugar over here chatting and stuff about old Solana. Boo! Oh, shoot. Y'all know why. My battle buddies know why I feel how I feel about Solana. Okay? Maybe I said Metallicus. Is that how you say it? That's the one I never heard of. But yeah. Everything, the other ones I've heard of. I actually hold H-bar too. Boom! What's going on? Oh, Lord. Not you too, BK Crypto. Man, how you hold up? BK Crypto, how you come in here talk about some Solana? Bruh, what? Quit playing with me. I ain't messing with y'all. Y'all are trying to come out Prison of Blockchain real quick. Cause I wanna get this in so you can help me out. How do I May? Hold up. How do you invite somebody up, child? Y'all know I don't understand TikTok like that, man. I see. There you go. Okay. All right. You should be good to go, Prison of Blockchain. Help me out with this Metallicus real quick. So I can get back on track. It should be good. Is he still here? I'm gonna give you a second. Because if not, I'm gonna keep on rolling. Thank you for the likes, y'all. I appreciate you. Sorry, y'all on YouTube. My bad. Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, hey, listen. So, Prison of Blockchain, I got somebody. Phantom Beat. Welcome back. It's been a minute. I ain't seen you. There's someone on YouTube saying that Metallicus and XRP and loan credit union banking is huge. Oh, yeah. I never heard of Metallicus though. I got you, Prison of Blockchain. Maybe next time. But I see crypto stock markets on YouTube. What's up? Let's go. Okay. So yeah. So I got you. Oh man. It's not completely gone, y'all. My bad. Anytime that air get in there, that happens. Said Metallicus is bringing in the credit unions. That's what Phantom Beat typed on YouTube. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, this is my first time hearing about that one. I appreciate y'all. See, this is what battle buddies do. You help somebody out. When someone says, hey man, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Share it with me. Break it down to me. Make sure I'm good to go. All right. A good battle buddy says, oh, okay, battle. Here we go. Bop, 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 bop. Okay? Break it down so that way I understand. I got you. Because I believe in credit unions. I have multiple accounts with different credit unions. So yeah, there we go. That's right. Good teamwork. Teamwork make the dream work. Blah. All right. So let me get back on track, y'all. Okay, so I can get to showing my charts and all of that stuff, right? So tonight, what I want to do is, like I said, we're building a system. Okay, so everything that we've talked about pretty much for the past 2 weeks is leading up to today. So that way, if you say, yeah, this sounds really good to me, it's working for me, then you can continue to do it because now you'll have a repeatable system that helps you to get the results that you want more consistently. Okay, that is the goal. So maybe you didn't realize it at the time when we've been talking and everything, but tonight what I'm going to do is connect everything together. Okay. So step 1. All right. The first thing that we talked about was the river of money. How many of you were here during that live stream when we talked about the river of money? Type me in the chat if y'all were here when I was talking about the river of money. I'm breaking down a little bit, but how many of y'all were here? Type me in the chat when we were talking about the river of money. How money flows. If you were here, type me in the chat. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember who was here specifically. But I know, like, I didn't see Phantom. I know you weren't here. Okay, crypto stock market. Okay. I thought you were here, Brown Sugar. Okay. Well, so we're going to go through it real quick, okay? When it comes to the river of money, everything pretty much starts here, okay? So I wanted to make sure people knew that because there are times when I hear people pretty much like comparing cryptocurrencies and like, oh, why are you investing in Bitcoin? Bitcoin is old, it's outdated, it's slow, blah, 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 blah. Each cryptocurrency serves its own purpose, okay? For the ones that are solving a problem. Now, the meme coins, I'm not on the meme coin train, so please don't come over here asking me about meme coins. That's not my lane. That's not my expertise. I'm here. Blue chip, okay? Large cap coins. That is my main focus, okay? That's Leona. That's my investing type. I like to invest in things that have shown and proved, okay? that it can withstand and weather the storm. It can bounce back from massive price drops. All right. That's me. That's how I invest. That may not be how you invest. Okay. If that's not how you invest, that's fine. But that's what I do. All right. So when people compare and attempt to pit against cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin versus Ethereum or Bitcoin versus XRP, they don't all serve the same function. They're different. If you want to know how, what's the difference between them, we did a whole breakdown like some months ago. It's on my YouTube channel where we did a versus between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. That live was actually a lot of fun. Okay. So I wanted people to go from the idea like Bitcoin is in its own little world, right? It's on its own little island. Instead of that type of thinking, realize that Bitcoin is flowing in that river of money with everything else, because money is flowing every single day between cash, stocks, ETFs, your bonds. For my elders out there, right? We see more elders investing in bonds than you do a person that's young, right? Because they're looking for something lower risk. So we're talking about the money is flowing into AI for sure, right? Gold, real estate, crypto, all of this stuff every single day. So when we're talking about that river of money, all we're looking at is investors deciding where the money is going. Okay. So that means before we even think about investing in Bitcoin or should I buy some today, because people ask the question, well, should I be buying Bitcoin today? It's at 63,000 or whatever it's at right now, right? I can't tell you. What we do need to do, though, is we need to understand where is the money flowing. Y'all remember when we say follow the money? We always say follow the money. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Follow the money. So where is the money going? That is the first question we ask, y'all. Nate, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay? So the river of money is our first thing. The first thing we do is identify where is the money flowing today. Today. Roots, that's not what I'm talking about. Read this. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Red Dad, that's what we're doing. Okay? I done already got off track. It's almost 7 o'clock. All right. So that's the first step. The second step, though, is after we talked about the river of money and how money is flowing or whatever, right? The second thing we talked about was building our investor dashboard. So now we understand that the money is always moving. We know trillions of dollars are moving every single day, right? Now we need to look for clues about which direction is flowing. That's why we built our investor dashboard. Remember, I just talked to y'all about my 5 gauges. Okay? The DXY, the US 10-year Treasury yield, the NASDAQ, specifically QQQ is what we look at, NVIDIA, and the Bitcoin ETF flows, or just ETF flows in general. Zena, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay? Each one of those gauges answers a specific question. So like when we look at the DXY, we're saying, okay, is the dollar getting stronger or weaker today? Freebird, thank you for that, Harmony. I appreciate you. Okay? So when you look at the DXY, bruh, see, first of all, I don't know who you are, Roots, but you go ahead to Block City, bruh. Go on to Block City, because we don't do the cussing, and you're not about to come in here talking to me any kind of way. Zena, thank you so very much for the love you. I appreciate you. Hey, Phoenix Rising. Good evening. Happy Friday. I see you. Hey, listen, we're going to get some etiquette, some social media etiquette up in here. I don't know. I know it's got to be some bots doing that type of stuff. Thank y'all for those heart me's. I appreciate you. I see you. I see you. Welcome in. Okay. So, number one, DXY answers the question of, is the dollar getting stronger or weaker? Land, welcome in. Happy Friday, right? The second one, the 10-year Treasury yield, is letting us know if money is becoming more or less expensive. Okay, how much is money costing us today? Right? The third one, NASDAQ or the QQQ, which is what I showed y'all, right? The third one is, are investors embracing growth? Are they taking on risk, y'all? Okay? Is risk on or off when we look at QQQ? Got it? The fourth one, we look at NVIDIA because we want to see what's happening with this whole AI demand. Are people still excited or enthusiastic about investing in AI? Right? NVIDIA helps us to see, yes, they are. No, they not. No, they ain't. Okay? Okay, nice. Welcome in. Happy Friday. And then, of course, the ETF flow specifically. I know it's okay, Phoenix Rising. They up on YouTube, okay? Prosperity Calls on YouTube for everybody who is sitting here like, what you talking about? Wait a minute, I don't remember that. Go to Prosperity Calls on YouTube, y'all. They're all on there, okay? You can watch the replays, okay? And then also, like I said, with the ETF flow, specifically talking about Bitcoin, because I use Bitcoin as my gauge for the crypto market in general, right? It's telling us, or it's answering the question of, is institutional money entering or exiting Bitcoin? Okay. I want y'all to notice something. None of those gauges, those 5 things that I just mentioned, none of those gauges tell us whether to buy Bitcoin or not. All they're doing is helping us to understand the environment. Thank you so very much for the TGIF. I appreciate you, Freebird. Ty, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay. So step 1 was the river of money. We need to know where the money is flowing, right? We need to know. Okay. Step 2 was that investor dashboard, so that way we can get an idea of the type of environment we're looking at. All right. I appreciate y'all. Continue to tap the screen. Thank y'all so very much for the 15K. Let's get it to 20K before 7 p.m. That will be awesome. Awesome. Don Queen, thank you for the follow too. I appreciate you. Keep sharing and reposting. I appreciate the shares. Whoever has gotten us to 44 shares on TikTok, y'all are the MVP. Whoever contributed to that, I appreciate y'all. Okay, keep sharing and also reposting. If you have not reposted yet, this is a perfect time to go ahead and repost, especially while I'm doing a kind of like a recap. Okay, so yeah, so let's go. So now we talked about the river money. We talked about the investor dashboard. Now this is what we talked about most recently, which is the traffic light method. Now, Bear Market Bully, I don't know if he's still on here, but Bear Market Bully was like, wait, what? Yeah, you still here. He was like, wait, what? I'm going to have to go catch the replay. So I'm giving y'all a heads up right now. Me talking about it, it's probably best for you to go back and watch the replay because we talked about it on Tuesday. Okay? So it's the latest. He fell asleep. Well, he said his family is there. Take Profits, welcome in. Happy Friday. So I'm going to give him, grace. Because he said his family's there and he's probably had to go. Okay. But yeah, so when we've done all of this, we've gathered all this information, there's a problem. Okay. Information alone doesn't make decisions. So this is why using that traffic light method helps us to make a decision. All right. So heads up for the people who weren't here on Tuesday. Green does not mean go buy. Okay. Yellow does not mean panic. And red, sure enough, don't mean sell everything you got. Okay. That's not what I'm teaching over here. All right. What I'm doing is using the colors because I'm a color coder, right? What I'm doing is using the colors to help to describe the environment for today. So we're going to go over it today. We're going to look at everything, and then we're going to see, are we green, yellow, or red for today? Okay? So when we see green tells us we have a high confidence environment, meaning people are taking on risks. Okay? They're investing in those growth assets. They're investing in higher risk type of assets. They're heavy into technology, right? When we see yellow, that means there's a bit of mixed signals. Some of the 5 gauges are in alignment with what we need to see for green. But then we may see something that's like, wait a minute, that don't make sense. if this is happening, why is that happening? Okay. And then red is a caution environment for us because more than likely the environment is not showing that it's tech friendly. It's not growth friendly. Okay. Got it? That's it for now. We're going to go over it a bit more. But if you're like, after this live, you're like, yeah, I'm going to have to go back and watch the replay. Y'all go to Prosperity Calls on YouTube. It is the live stream from Tuesday. What is that? I'm trying to go to the date. Dang it. Click on it. Why are you not working? I'm pressing it. Okay, whatever Tuesday was. All right. You can go back and watch that and then I'll break it down. Okay. So that was step 3. So we've identified the flow of money. Thank you, Phoenix Rising. So y'all can go back to July 7th and watch that video on Prosperity Calls on YouTube. Okay. And then that way you can see what I'm talking about when it comes to green, yellow, red, and things of that nature. Phantom over here talking about RWAs. Money's gonna pump into that, which I think we talked about that before. I want to say, with the rate cuts, hopefully. We'll see, Phantom. So yes, flow of money. So we talked about the river money is pretty much the flow of money, right? We talked about the investor dashboard, those 5 things that I look for, okay, to help us identify what type of environment we may be working with before we even open up a crypto chart. Me, Bitcoin first. That's always my first one. Then I look at everything else, okay? The third thing we talked about is the traffic light method with the red, yellow, and green, okay, to help us identify, all right, if it's green, risk is on, this is probably a good day to consider buying. If it's red, risk are off, it's probably not the best day to buy. If it's yellow, we need to sit on our hands, like Bear Market Bully said. We need to sit on our hands, right, and just wait, probably look a little bit later because it may flip, okay? Step 4 now, okay, is today's decision. So now this is where we finally arrive at that question that everybody wants an answer to. So what do I do now? I got all this information. I got it all. I've collected all this information. What do I do now? This is where I would say Prosperity Calls kind of differs a bit from, some of the other crypto content online. What's going on, Chandra? I see you. Happy Friday. It's been a minute. Girl, where you been? She been busy. Okay, glad to have you, though. Welcome back. All right. So I want to be very clear, y'all. I'm not here to tell you to buy Bitcoin, sell Bitcoin, buy XRP, sell XRP, buy Ethereum, sell Ethereum, buy Solana, sell Solana. That's for y'all. Right? I'm not here to tell y'all that. That's not the goal of Crypto 101. Okay? My goal is to help you make a thoughtful decision before you deploy your money. Okay? Because if I just straight up tell you, okay, what to buy, you haven't learned how to think. You haven't, you haven't learned how to think. You've only pretty much learned how to follow somebody's direction. So what happens when I stop going live on TikTok and YouTube? You just gonna go latch on to somebody else who's telling you what to buy? So what if that would be banned across all social media platforms? And you have to rely on basic information. Then what? Welcome in, Monty. I see you. Oh, I'm glad you back, though. I see you, Chandra. Right? Like, what happens then? You're going to be stuck. I don't want you to be stuck. That's the reason why I don't tell people what to buy, when to buy. Plus, I'm not about to get in trouble because I'm not licensed. All right? I'm not going down for nobody. I can love you and want you to win all day, but y'all, I'm not going down for nobody. You hear me? Okay? And at the end of the day, y'all, I don't want followers. I want people around me that are confident in their decision making. So that way you're a confident investor. We can now help each other. It's not me just doing all the talking. It's not me just pouring. Y'all bouncing back. Y'all giving back. Big Nate, what's going on? Welcome in. Happy Friday, right? Like Prison of Blockchain put me on to Metallicas. Now I gotta look this up. JJ beat me down, child, about ZBet. When I finally went and looked, I was like, okay, I see why he was, like, you know what I'm saying? I know I go live and everything, but I don't know everything. None of us do. So it's really good to have confident investors around me, whether that's through social media, through TikTok and YouTube, right? So that way now I can stay a student as well, and we all learning from each other. Martin, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay? So now I want y'all to pay attention to something, okay? The process that I just broke down to y'all. This is something that the average investor, or as a beginner, I should say, probably doesn't do. Why am I saying that? Because I was one of those people. I didn't do it. I see you. Welcome back, Mary. Glad to have you back. Digital Capture, welcome in. Jimmy, welcome in. Happy Friday, y'all, right? Okay? So the average beginner is going to start with looking at like a crypto chart, or they may look at like a news outlet, like an article or something, but they're not doing an entire process. They'll probably look at like a news article, open up the crypto chart. AJ, welcome in. Happy Friday. And then they get all emotional and feel like, oh, shoot, well, it's green right now. That means I should be buying. The price is low. I need to be buying right now, right? Or it's red, and then they bought at such a high price because they know what they was doing. Now they're like, oh, shoot, I need to sell. So now they've made a decision. Okay? However, okay, the average beginner thinks like that. All right? Whereas what we've been talking about for the past 2 weeks, we focus on the river of money. Where's the money flowing? Okay? Which sector, which asset class is getting the most money right now? Okay? We went over our investor dashboard, looking at those 5 gauges. Okay? DXY, Treasury yield, QQQ. Okay? And then, of course, NVIDIA and our ETF flow. Once we do that, the next thing is, okay, so are we risk on, meaning we're green? Are we risk off, meaning we're red? Or are we seeing mixed signals, meaning we're yellow? Then we can make a thoughtful decision. Do we see the difference between how the average beginner process looks, or lack thereof, right? Like, versus what we've been talking about for the past 2 weeks. If you see it, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. If you see it, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. Real quick. Neuropathic, I got you. Martin, welcome back. I see you. Okay? All right. So, I see you, Jetpack. Welcome in. On YouTube, my bad. All right. Where you tuning in from, Jetpack? You're the first. This is the first time I've seen your username on YouTube. Let me know where you tuning in from. Put your city, state, or country. All right. Thank y'all for continuing to like the live. Come on, y'all. We got less than 1 minute to get to 20K. The goal was 20K by 7 p.m. Top of the hour. Okay. So, all right. I appreciate you. Go ahead, Bear Market Bully. Tell your mama I said, hey. Enjoy your family, and God willing, we'll see each other next week. All right. I see you, Mary from Chicago. Let's go. Miss Gigi. Hey. Happy Friday. I see you. So, see, Miss Gigi. Now, I feel like you about to become one of my battle buddies, because I keep seeing your name come through on TikTok. So I'm probably be like, hey, Battle. What's up, Battle? Okay. I still say Miss Gigi, but, Let's go, Ty. Welcome in. Nikki, welcome in. Thank y'all for the likes. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, keep tapping the screen, y'all. 20K was the goal by 7 o'clock, by the top of the hour. 2LC, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Friday. All right. I appreciate y'all for continuing to like the live to get it to 2K, 20K. I was about to say 2K, child. Not 2K. We are well past that. Thank you for the follow, 2LC Crypto Genius. I appreciate you. All right, let's go. So this is the thing, okay? As a person who started out as a serious investor, okay, in 2020, all right, I would say the reason why this type of system and me even bringing this up, the reason this matters like so much to me is because this is the exact change that I had to make for myself. Because when I started investing, especially in 2020, like I'd open up the charts first. I'm looking at Bitcoin. I'm looking at Ethereum because those were the two things that I bought as a serious investor, right? First. So I'm looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Like that's it. I sit here and I see like a big old green candle. I'm like, hey, let's go, let's go. You know, and at that time, y'all know the market was running. You know, we had the bull market. So, dog, we were seeing, you know, double-digit gains every single day, every single week. You know, so you see a green candle, I'm sitting here like, yeah, let's go, run it up, right? If I see a red candle, inside I would panic until I got around, you know, the community that was teaching me about cryptocurrency, right? And then I'd be like, okay. But initially I'm panicking and I'm feeling like I need to start selling down, like, because you don't know what you don't know, right? I'll be second guessing everything that Curtis Cobain done told us and everything, child. I'm all up in my head, okay? I was reacting in 2020. I wasn't evaluating anything. I didn't have a real deal process and system, right? Learning to slow down for Leona, like looking at the environment and thinking through my decisions before I press the button. Okay, that's honestly what helped me to become a calmer investor. So when I would see comments come through while I'm live on TikTok and they're like, man, how long is the price gonna be dropping? How long are we gonna be in this bear market? Those type of questions let me know that you must be new here. And I'm not talking about new to my live stream. I'm talking about new to cryptocurrency. Because those of us that have been here for quite some time, we've been through a bear market. We've been through a bull market already. And then we are students of the market. We already know at a bare minimum, we're in it for at least a year. We haven't hit a year yet. You know, so having these types of systems, it helps you to make less emotional decisions and more informed decisions. And listen, y'all, you're not going to be some perfect investor. You're not going to get everything right. We still make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's go. 20K. Thank y'all. Thank you to everybody that's been tapping the screen. I know your thumbs and your index fingers probably hurt. If you don't have one of those fancy tappers that TikTok wants you to buy because they don't created a problem and then they give you the solution. However, thank y'all for, you know, making your thumbs hurt for me. I appreciate you. Bro, with this auntie. You can't do nothing but laugh, bro. But yeah, so let's say, okay, for my people who have been here, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. If y'all were here on Tuesday, type me. I was about to say me. If y'all were here on Tuesday, I want you to type me in the chat real quick. Let me see. Who was here on Tuesday? Please type me in the chat real quick. Type me in the chat. Let's go. I see you, Brown Sugar. SW, what's going on? Welcome back. Trader, welcome in. Happy Friday, y'all. Okay, so Brown Sugar's the only one here, so I think we're going to probably wait. Well, we'll see. We'll see if somebody else feels like, oh, it makes sense. So I'm going to give y'all a scenario, okay? I didn't look at the market today because I've been super busy. I see, okay, Miss Gigi, I do remember you being here too. All right, So good evening to you too, S&W. I see you. So I'm gonna give y'all a scenario, and I'm just gonna ask y'all, with what you hear, do you believe that risk is on for growth assets? Things like cryptocurrency and AI. Okay, so technology. I'm gonna give y'all a scenario, and I want you to tell me if what you hear signals to you risk is on or risk is off. So I'm gonna have you type on in the chat if you believe risk is on, and I have you type off in the chat if you believe risk is off once I go through this scenario. All right. So here's the scenario. I had to say that slow to make sure y'all good. So number one, DXY is falling. The US dollar is getting weaker. Got it? So number one, DXY is falling. Number two, the treasury yields are holding steady. So it's not up, but it's not down. Okay? It's not up, but it's not down. It's sitting at the same as it was yesterday. There we go. Okay? Shannon, welcome in. Happy Friday. The NASDAQ is up. Okay? Prices are up with the NASDAQ. So when you go to QQQ, you see green candle plus the price is higher than it was yesterday. Got it? That's number three. NVIDIA, when you go to see that, NVIDIA is up as well. Price is higher than it was yesterday. You see a green candle on the chart. Okay? And then lastly, when you go to the Bitcoin ETF flows, you see that either yesterday was positive, right? It was green, all right, or today was positive. It was green, okay? Meaning money is being put into Bitcoin. Would you say that risk is on or risk is off? Type it in the chat. On if you believe risk is on, or risk is off. Type off in the chat. Calvin, welcome in. I saw another one, my bad. But happy Friday, y'all. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time. So risk on or risk off. Type it in the chat. DXY is falling, meaning the dollar is weak right now. Treasury yields is holding steady. Okay, it's the same as what it was yesterday. It's percentage wise. All right. When you go to QQQ for the NASDAQ, you see the price is up compared to yesterday. You see that NVIDIA is up compared to yesterday. And we also see Bitcoin ETF flows are positive. Okay? Is the risk on or off? Type on in the chat if you believe it is on. Type off in the chat if you believe risk is off. Okay? Risk is on or off. Hannah said risk is on, I think. Brown Sugar said off. Miss Gigi said on. Everybody that said on, I would say yes, on. Okay? Remember, when the DXY is falling, treasury yield is either falling or if it's steady, that's fine. Okay? But our technology and AI stuff is up. Okay? NASDAQ is up. ETF is positive. NVIDIA is up. Now, if I were to say which color, if I were to say, is it green, yellow, or red, I would say yellow. Only because, like what Brown Sugar said, treasury is steady. It's not up and it's not down. We need treasury yield to be down as well for it to be green. Got it? So if we do the colors, green means high risk. I said high risk. High confidence environment. Everything lines up. DXY is down. Treasury is down. NASDAQ is good. It's up. NVIDIA is good. It's up. And then there's positive inflows with Bitcoin ETFs. All of that tells us we have risk on 100%. We're green. Okay. Thank you, Jesse, for the share. I appreciate you. Risk off is when we have The DXY is up. Treasury yield is up. And then all of our tech and AI stuff is down. Okay? That's when we're red. Got it? Thank you for the repost. I appreciate you. Gio, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay? So for my people who are like, Leona, what? Go watch the replay. July 7th. Go to Prosperity Calls on YouTube. Watch the replay. Because I give multiple examples. Miss D, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay? Y'all don't slack up on the taps. Keep tapping it up. Okay? I would love for by 8 o'clock when we're wrapping it up and getting off of here. I would love for by 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. We're at 40K or greater. That would be awesome. Nurse, welcome in. Jenny, welcome in. Happy Friday, y'all. I see you. So y'all help out Nurse, Hannah, and I think it was SW that was tapping. Help them out, okay? Help. I appreciate y'all for the shares as well. All right. It would be nice we get the 100. That would be awesome. That'll be the most we've had in quite some time to have 100 shares on TikTok. That would be awesome. And then for y'all on YouTube, if you haven't shared yet and you're enjoying the content and you're enjoying the video, go ahead and share it, man. Don't be stingy. We don't do that around here. Okay? We're not stingy over in these parts. I appreciate you, Hannah, for the shares. Thank you so very much. Okay? So, question for y'all is, does green on our traffic light system, right, method, does seeing green automatically mean you have to invest today? Type yes or no in the chat. Does our system, the traffic light system, right, and we come up with, okay, it's green, does that mean that we automatically invest today? Yes or no in the chat. Nesta, welcome in. Happy Friday. Go. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Yes or no in the chat. Phoenix Rising said no. Absolutely. Because the price of that thing matters. What type, are we in a bear market, bull market? What's going on? Do we have the money to invest? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, does our budget have room for us to invest? Like, there are other things that go with it. Okay? But that's the lesson. Okay? That's the lesson. Green means today's environment appears supportive of growth assets, of riskier assets. All right? It doesn't replace your own financial plan that you have for yourself. It doesn't replace your budget. I know y'all don't like that word. The number's probably going to drop, child. Every time I say budget, folks be like, ooh, budget, get out of here. Run. Like this some horror film or something. Like, what? Y'all act like I'm Jason over here. When I say budget. See what I'm saying? The numbers are going when I say that word. I say the B word. Y'all scatter like roaches. What is going on? Jimmy, welcome in. Trouble Man, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay? But for real, that system, okay, when we see green, that doesn't mean that we just throw all of our caution to the wind. We throw away our long-term goals and plans and stuff, right? It just simply gives us context. We have an idea of what the market is telling us. We have an idea of what the investors, the institutional investors, are doing, if they're risk on or risk off, right? So this right here, I feel like is the biggest takeaway I hope you remember from this entire series that I've done for Crypto 101, okay? We didn't build this process to predict the future. I'm not in the business of predicting anything. Amen. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Right? I'm not in the business of predicting anything. Y'all know I'm a scenario-based person. I have multiple scenarios based on what I see, what I read, what I hear. And then depending on how the scenario or how things play out, whichever scenario comes up, that's how I move according to the scenario. That's me. All right. What we've done here is we built the system to help us slow down. We all know that we are living in a society today where everybody's like, go, 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 go. It's this microwave mentality. Like, I see it, I'm supposed to have it. There's a very little delayed gratification today. That's why we have so much individual debt, right? People maxing out credit cards, going heavy and hard on these buy now, pay later things and stuff. Like, it's out of control today. That's not what we're doing over here. Okay, I'm not judging if you're experiencing that right now. All right, I'm not judging. Hear me again. What I'm saying is, this system, the way that we're doing stuff, is to help us to slow ourselves down so we can make better money decisions. Okay, we can ask better questions. So that way, when we do make the decision, we now are building our confidence, because we now know more than we knew before. We know that this system is working because we're consistently doing it, so we get better. And when that confidence comes, right, that confidence is going to come from us having a process that we can trust. I remember listening to one of Kobe Bryant's interviews long time ago, and he was talking about pretty much, I don't remember if the person asked, the interviewer asked him a question or he just said it, but he pretty much was saying, listen, if you coming out on the court nervous and stuff, it's because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You didn't train hard enough. You didn't prepare enough. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. That's why he went and trained multiple times a day, right? He took so many shots. He's up there before everybody else is. That's how we build confidence, okay? And the way that we have that confidence is because we have a process that we follow. Kobe Bryant had his process. He had his system, right? Michael Jordan had a system. Okay? I'm a basketball person, y'all, so, forgive me. But, like, they had systems. That's what we need to do. So that's exactly why, like, what we're going to build on in today's lesson, I hope that you take away from that, you eventually build that confidence, okay? So if this series, y'all, is helping you, Joe did, oh my gosh, that just went. But Joe, welcome in. Mr. Spider, welcome in. Happy Friday. I'm not talking about any coins right now, Josh. I'm talking about a crypto investing routine that has been working for me and helps me to be more confident in the market and make less emotional decisions. All right? That's how I keep my money. That's how I make more money as an investor, period. But definitely talking about crypto. Manu, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay? So, if this series has helped you to start thinking differently about investing, especially in cryptocurrency, the next step is going to be simple. For my new people, okay, if you're new to cryptocurrency, not new to me, new to cryptocurrency, okay, we've already gone over it, Josh. We're continuing on with the process. If you missed any part of this, which you clearly have, it's all good. I would say go to Prosperity Calls on YouTube and you can watch the replay. Okay? Because I'm about to move forward because I want to be off of here by like 8:15 at the latest. All right. So for my new people, you're new to cryptocurrency, go ahead, download that free crypto beginner checklist. It's in my bio on TikTok and it's also in the description box on YouTube. Okay. If you haven't done that already, y'all, it's designed to help you to organize the habits we've been building, okay, throughout this entire series and to help you create a strong foundation before making your next crypto investment. All right. It's going to ask you questions so that way you know if you're financially ready to invest or not. Mr. Howard, what's going on? Welcome in. Happy Friday. I see you. KB, welcome in. Happy Friday. All right. And if you're a person that learns by doing, I'm one of them. You learn by doing and not just watching. Okay. I'd love to see you tomorrow. Okay. For the Crypto Beginner Workshop. We're going to take these concepts off, of TikTok and be able to walk through them. Listen, y'all, we are doing live demonstrations. I am buying cryptocurrency on the Zoom. Thank you so very much for that heart me. Yes, tomorrow is class. I'm buying crypto live. I'm going to show you how to move it from, I'm using Coinbase as an example. I'm going to show you how to move it from your crypto exchange to your private wallet. I'm going to use a hot wallet. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. Hot wallets are easy. It's not as complex as some cold wallets may be. You know, it's easy to access. Plus, like I said, you can see it on online and everything like that. Okay, much fast, really easy for me. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do that, and we're going to do small transactions because this is us doing a test exchange, test transaction, things of that nature. Okay, that's what I want to show people how to do. You'll also leave with a plan for at least the next 30 days. Depending on the person, your plan may extend longer than that, but at a bare minimum for the next 30 days, you know how you're going to move in the crypto market. All right, that is the goal. That is tomorrow at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're on the East Coast, that's 12 to 4. All right, we may go over. It just depends on, you know, how many questions, who still needs help, whatever. All right, if you know for a fact this is something you want to do, y'all, I cannot have a lot of people. That's why it's very, very small. So if you know that you're a person that needs their hands on, all right, go ahead and click the link in my bio. It's only $37, y'all. All right, that's it. That's all. Cuban Diesel, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay, he didn't move when I said it. Good. All right, but yeah, so, and you can also click the link on the in the YouTube description box. Okay, that's Prosperity Calls on YouTube for my people who are watching on TikTok and you can't stay the entire time. Y'all can always watch the replay over there. Okay, so this is where our confidence grows. Okay, doing stuff like this, having a system, and then applying the system in a really good learning environment, a controlled environment, right? In a judgment-free area and zone, right? So I want to touch on something before we go to the charts because I want to get to the charts by at the latest by 7:45, y'all. So please, let's stay on track because I don't want to get off track because then that's what makes my lives be so long. And then I don't get to cover everything. And then I'm like, well, we can't talk about it until next week. Like, I want to get through everything. So here's something that I noticed, and this is me using myself plus other people that I've talked to, okay, and taught, right? There are times where we get all of this information, you know, like we have over the past like 4 episodes, right? We talk about these charts and money flow and understanding the investing environment and all that stuff. But I see people are still struggling with investing. And it's not because they're not smart, y'all. Okay? Because I know I'm smart. And I struggle. All right. But I really think that it's because people get stuck. They freeze. Right? How many of y'all have ever experienced that? Like you get all of this information. You watched the videos, you read the articles, you know, you listened to Bloomberg and all of this stuff. You on this live stream, you got all this information, but you're like, what do I do? What's my next step? Like, how do I put this together? Right? T-Bone, welcome in. Michelle, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay. I know good and well I'm not the only person that's had like information overload and don't know what to do. And you just straight up free. I know I'm not the only person. Y'all playing with me right now. Y'all playing with me right now. Oh, y'all. Okay. So y'all don't want to admit that. I got you. I see YouTube quiet, TikTok quiet, Daily Vibes, welcome in. Happy Friday. I see y'all want to be quiet. Okay, I got it. Well, I know I have. Okay. Like I couldn't bring myself to just click that buy button. Phoenix Rising said, no, you're not alone. Well, thank you, Battle. Thank you. See, I know good and well it's not just me. Y'all just don't want to admit it. That's okay. Me and Phoenix Rising are on the same page, okay? But here's the thing. I got it. You may feel a bit confused and everything, and you're like, I don't know what to do. I want you to know you're not by yourself because Leona has experienced. Phoenix Rising said that she's experienced it as well. Okay? I'm going to give y'all my personal 3 reasons of why I believe people who are just starting out as beginners, you know, investing, why they freeze before making an investment decision. All right? Number 1 is what I experienced for sure. Too much freaking information. it's information, it's information overload, right? Like, you don't say, hey, got all this information, but you can't figure out how to put it all together. You're on YouTube, University, TikTok, all of this stuff. And one person telling you, look at the dollar index. So you go do that. Another person saying, nah, watch the interest rate. So you go do that. Then another person say, man, forget all that. Just buy this meme coin. I got this meme coin strategy that worked, dog. You only had to pay that much money. Now, all of a sudden, you sitting here thinking to yourself, man, I don't even know where to start. I thought I knew, but now I'm lost. I'm lost in the sauce, right? I know how that feels because I used to think that the answer was finding more information, gathering more information. I listened to Ian Dunlap one time on Market Mondays with EYL, and he was on his rant, like he was like feeling himself that night. Javier, welcome in, happy Friday. But he was right. He was like, y'all don't need more information. You just need to execute. You don't need more information. You just need to execute on what you got already. Ron, welcome in, happy Friday. And when he said that, I bust out laughing because I was like, child, I've been there. Because the people keep asking questions like, what should I buy? Well, which one should be my focus right now? Same type of questions I get over here when it comes to crypto. Well, should I be buying XRP right now? What you think about XLM? What you think about Solana? Well, should I sell this right now? Should I wait? Is this the bottom? When is the bear market gonna be over? When is the Clarity Act gonna pass? Y'all asking me questions that I can't answer because I'm a retail investor just like y'all. Daily Vibes, thank you for that, Harmony. I appreciate you. Okay? You don't need more information. That's not the answer. Sometimes what we really need is something that's super simple. Miss Gigi over here laughing at me because she know I'm right. Okay? You don't need more information. You need something simple. And this leads me to point number 2. The thing that makes people freeze is that fear of making a mistake. How many of you have ever had that fear of making a mistake so you don't push by, you don't move forward? In business, you say, I don't want to start that business because I'm scared of failing. I'm fearful of failing. Come on, we've all been there with something because we had that fear. Monique, welcome in, happy Friday. Miss Gigi say, yeah. So you're not by yourself. I need you to know you're not by yourself. That's why my hand was raised. Cold Dog, welcome in, happy Friday. Okay? We can have all the information in the world, but don't know how to organize it. And what it does is when we have all the information and don't know how to organize it, right? It creates that fear. Eduardo, welcome in. Happy Friday. Right? Thank you. It's not because we're incapable, y'all. Listen, I'm pretty sure Warren Buffett said this. He said, I'm not a billionaire because I'm the smartest person in the world. He was like, no. I just know who to connect with so that way they can help me with things that I'm not really proficient at or I'm not really smart on. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of reading. He has a process. He has a system. There's an investing system that he has, and he runs that play over and over and over again. He uses that process over and over and over again. For those of you that have been to my lives before, y'all know I study Warren Buffett. That's my guy. That's my mentor, whether he knows me or not. And I'm praying that he got some more years on this earth because I want to meet Warren Buffett. Just so I can say, man, thanks to you, my butt finally got into the stock market. I just dove in, fearful and all, confused and all, not knowing much of anything. Me studying Warren Buffett is what triggered for me to start investing in the stock market. At the big old age of 37. Building my own stock portfolio outside of what I was doing in the Army with the TSP, the Thrift Savings Plan. I created my own portfolio, opening up a TD Ameritrade account because I said, you know what? Warren Buffett does da-da-da-da-da, and he did not become a billionaire until his 50s. I'm like, shoot, I'm 37. Let me go get to work. Right? So it's not because you're incapable, okay? It's just more than likely you don't want to make an expensive mistake. Think about it. How many times have you heard somebody say, man, I almost bought Bitcoin back in the day? Dallas, welcome in. Happy Friday. That's my second time seeing 1111 today. That's my second time seeing 1111 today. And I saw 444 twice. I gotta go back and look and see what those mean. Lady Long Term, welcome in. Happy Friday. Right? So yeah, I don't know why it's blocking these things. Like, what is going on? I'm trying to approve comment. Like, it keep blocking stuff. But she said, speaking of TSP, what about TSP? Phoenix Rising. Thank you so very much for that, Lady Long Term. I appreciate you. And the Fuwa, oh child. Yeah. Thank you for the follow. I don't want to mess it up. Oh, I got you. So yeah. So we've had people, say like, man, I almost bought it. You know what I'm saying? I should have invested years ago. It's too late for me. Or maybe, well, what if I buy it today and it drops tomorrow? How many of you have ever thought when you were about to buy, it don't matter if it's crypto, stocks, whatever, and you were about to press buy, you're like, but dang, what if I buy it today and then the price dropped tomorrow? How many of y'all had that? I have. How many of y'all had that thought? Type me in the chat. MD, welcome in. Happy Friday. How many of y'all had that thought? Right? I know it's not just me. Okay, here y'all go. Here y'all go. Y'all leaving me out here in the island by myself. Okay. Freebird, I see you. Lady Long Term said, I bought the top of everything. But you know what? You're gonna do better. Because once you make a mistake, the goal is to learn from that mistake. So once you get the information you need, then you just make adjustments. And if prices are down, truth be told, and this is something that you want to buy more of, and you want to hold it long term, if I were you, if the prices are down and it's within your budget and your investment plan, buy more of it now so your cost basis goes down a bit. Okay? So let's say, just an example, let's say you bought Bitcoin at 100K. Okay, that was your first time buying it. You had that FOMO hit you. You know what I'm saying? And you're thinking, okay, it's about to go up some more. It did go up to 126K. However, what are we at today? We're in the 60s. So if you bought it at 100K and you want to hold Bitcoin for the long term, then according to your budget and your investment plan, if everything lines up, what do? You just buy more at the bottom or at a lower price than what it is that you initially bought it. So now your cost basis goes from 100K and it comes back. It comes down. It's going to be lower than that 100K. Cool. Say dollar cost average. That's it. But there's a method to that though, and this is why we have these conversations, y'all. We don't want to just say dollar cost average, because at what point do you stop dollar cost averaging for that particular asset? Okay, at what point do you stop? So that way you can do what? Thank you for that, Harmony. I appreciate you. At what point do you stop? So that way you can now start to stack in another asset and then another asset. Because what you want to do is keep your cost base as low as possible, right? Or am I wrong? Okay? You don't want to be like Michael Saylor out here having to sell his Bitcoin over 3,000, Bitcoins, right? To cover. Come on now. If your cost basis is low and your investing plan is solid, you don't have to worry about selling the asset that you don't want to sell. Cool? So that fear of making a mistake, I got it. I understand. That fear is just a sign that you haven't built enough confidence in your process yet. That's it. That's all. Fear is simply a sign that you haven't built enough confidence in your process. Okay? So that confidence is not going to come from us attempting to predict the market and predict the future. That confidence comes from us knowing why we're making that decision. Okay? So we have a whole process, the steps. Those steps that I went over. If you missed it, y'all, you can go to Prosperity College on YouTube and watch the replay. But I gave steps. Step 1 is this. Step 2 is this. Step 3, right? So now let's look at the third reason why people freeze and they don't press buy. Okay? When they say they got all this information, they feel like this is something they want to invest in, right? But they don't press buy because they don't have a repeatable process. Okay? They don't have a repeatable process. Slick said either confidence and process or asset must have one. You got to have something. You got to have something. Confidence is the key, period. You don't have confidence, trust me, you're going to be like, You'll be like, first time here, Mr. Steps, I go check out your video. Okay, got you. Lady long term. Do I need to watch the replay for tomorrow's class? No, ma'am, because I'm going to go over it tomorrow. To help that, the reason why I'm going over it tomorrow is so that way it's going to help you with creating your investment plan. Okay? KB, welcome in. Happy Friday. So no, you don't have to watch the replay before tomorrow's class, the Crypto 101. I said the Crypto 101. The Crypto Beginner Workshop. Okay? So the third reason why people typically freeze and don't purchase something that they believe in. Thank you so very much for the roses, Crypto Stock Markets. I appreciate you. And the Heart Plus, I appreciate you. Thank you. Right? It's because they don't have a repeatable process. Like, okay, so when I started, I was a baker in the Army, right? Well, I did baking for a little bit of time while I was in the Army because I was in food service, right? Thank you for you're awesome. I appreciate you. When we did that, we had to have a recipe, and you had to use a certain amount, like teaspoons, tablespoons, whatnot, of different things, right? Lady Long Term said the fourth reason they freeze is their husbands. That is funny. Thank you, Slick. I appreciate you. Boss, what's going on? Welcome in. Happy Friday. That is too funny. I'm not saying that. But when I was on night baking, right, we had to follow a recipe. Okay? If we didn't and we did our own thing and we used a different recipe every day, like we'll put a bit more sugar or whatever, like if we didn't bake it for 45 minutes, instead we baked it for 20 minutes, things like that, it's pretty much like you starting over every day, right? Every single time you're starting over, and more than likely the way that your products turn out, like your cakes or cinnamon rolls, whatever, they're not going to turn out the same every time because you're doing something different every single time. Brian, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Right? So you're pretty much starting over. Investing can feel like that. You're going to get different results. You're going to feel like, oh man, I'm starting from scratch because you listen to this person on TikTok, you listen to this on YouTube, you read this headline on this article, and you heard this on Bloomberg and all of this stuff. Then you're following your emotions, and you're not confident in what you're doing. Next thing you know, you don't have a process. You all over the place. You're just reacting to whatever is happening that day. And you wonder why you can't get the results you want. consistently. You're all over the place. You don't have a system that's working for you. Okay? Right. You couldn't see the pattern in your cake. Right? So this is why it's important for us, okay? It's important for us to follow a system that works for us. What I said may not work for you because you're like, nah, I don't want to do all 5 of those things. I don't want to look at those 5 things. I don't want to use the traffic light method. I don't want to do that. Okay, well, fine. What do you want to do that's going to work for you? That's it. But this is why, like, having these conversations, and especially these past 4 times of us getting together, this is why I really like it, because everything we've learned so far solves those 3 problems that I just mentioned. Because think about it. When we talking about the having too much information, the river of money that we talked about on the first session, right? The river of money helps us to organize the big picture instead of trying to watch everything at once. Thank you for the repost. I appreciate you. Eric, welcome in. Happy Friday, right? Number 2, right? When we had that fear of making a mistake, well, guess what? That investor dashboard, those 5 things that I talked about, it helps us to slow down and ask better questions. So this way, instead of us reacting, we now are thinking through and we can make an informed decision. Each one of these steps helps build our confidence in our decision making when it comes to our money. Because I'm pretty sure if you're watching me, more than likely you have experienced some type of financial trauma. You've been scammed. You've made bad investments. You're probably living paycheck to paycheck or have experienced that in the past. You probably grew up in the projects like myself. Okay, you grew up where there wasn't a lot of money. People talk negatively about money in your presence as a kid. You carry that stuff into adulthood. So the stuff that you see as a child, when you're growing up, the stuff that you see when you're little and experience as you become an adult, if you don't mess around and get yourself together, you're going to repeat the stuff that you saw growing up. Am I lying or am I telling the truth? If you don't find a system that works for you, you're going to repeat the stuff that you saw growing up. Am I lying or am I telling the truth? Said crash out and quit your job. Come on. This is why we need to have these systems. Okay? This is why we need to have these systems. Now, let's say you don't have a system. You don't have a repeatable process. That's fear number 3, right? You don't have a repeatable process. Well, that traffic light method that we talked about on Tuesday, this gives you that foundation, right? It gives you a way to evaluate the investing environment consistently. So that way you make those decisions day after day, week after week, that gives you the results that you want over time. Y'all notice what we didn't build out of all the stuff that we talked about over the past 2 weeks? We didn't build a system that predicts the price of any cryptocurrency tomorrow. Have y'all ever heard me say Bitcoin is going to be at 64K tomorrow? Have y'all ever heard me say XRP is going to hit $1.25 tomorrow? Have you ever heard me say that? Never. Never. I'm not in that business. I'm not in that business. I don't do that. What we've done over the past 2 weeks pretty much is built a system that helps us to become calmer. So when we do look at these things, we're more intentional and we're more disciplined. When we are more intentional, disciplined, patient, calm, y'all, you do that majority of the time that you come to the market, I'm telling you now, you're going to watch your portfolio grow. Even when there's a bear market, You're not looking at it like, oh man, the prices are down. You're looking at it like opportunity. Right or wrong. You're looking at it like opportunity. Right or wrong. Because I really think this is one of the biggest lessons I've learned on my own investing journey. Right? I used to think that successful investors knew something else everybody else didn't. I did. But now I know, now I see, now I believe successful investors just have a process that they trust, a process that has been working for them. Said, right, time to go DoorDash for coins. Come on. I know you joking, but like for real. When the writing is on the wall and your budget allows, I know they go that word again. Y'all gonna dip out on me. JB, welcome in. You know what I'm saying? But like, come on. When everything lines up, we have the system that tells us either, yeah, this is the time because all of these things line up, or nope, I need to sit on my hands, like Ben Markability said, and just chill out. I would rather you sit on your hands and keep your money than go in blind and then you lose your money because you don't know what the heck you're doing. Okay? So the successful investors, y'all, they don't eliminate that uncertainty that's in the market, right? You can't. All they do is learn how to navigate around it using the process that works for them. All right. So question, since we talked about the 3 fears, I want to hear from y'all. Type the number 1 in the chat if either in the past or today you have not invested in the cryptocurrency market, or I'm going to say cryptocurrency market. In the past or today, you have not invested in the cryptocurrency market because you received too much information. Put the number 1 in the chat if that's you. Okay. Put the number 2 in the chat if in the past or today you didn't invest in the cryptocurrency market because of fear of making a mistake. Like you lose some money because you don't know what you're doing. Put the number 2 in the chat if it's because of fear of making a mistake and losing money. Put the number 3 in the chat if you did not in the past or today not invest in the cryptocurrency market because you found that I don't have a process. I don't really know what to do to be able to consistently, buy at lower prices and to be able to make the money to where I can now profit from crypto. Put the number 3 in the chat if you believe it's because you don't have a repeatable process. Let me see what y'all got. 1 in the chat if the reason why you haven't invested is because you received too much information. Okay? 2 in the chat if it's because of fear of making a mistake and it's an expensive mistake, like you don't want to make a mistake. Okay? 3 is because you don't have a process, a repeatable process. My bad. Phoenix Ryan said 3, later long term 3-ish. Also, what to invest in. I got you. Okay? All right. Now, y'all, there's no wrong answer. So whichever one is for you, you've experienced it or you're experiencing it right now, that's okay. All right. I'm genuinely curious because chances are if you're feeling it, you know what I'm saying, someone else in this community is too. All right. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Phoenix Rising and Lady Long Term, for sharing. I appreciate y'all. That's exactly why I'm on this whole I need y'all to ask. We're going to learn and we're going to grow together. Okay? Ask your questions, learn, and we'll be able to grow together. All right? That's why Battle Buddies, for my people who come back and contribute. Okay? Y'all my Battle Buddies now. Okay? Because I don't want anybody to feel like you got to just figure everything out by yourself. Okay? There's some of us out here that want people to win, genuinely want people to win, and it's not contingent upon you doing something for us. Okay? So, all right, last part, and then we're going to go over the charts, and then hopefully by 8:15, we wrapping it up or out. Okay? So, something that I have learned is to pause, right? I wasn't really great at that in the beginning. To be told, because I was introduced to trading first, being a trader first before seriously investing in the cryptocurrency market, it did expose to me what my weak areas were. I thought that I was a really patient person. I assumed and thought that I was super disciplined because I was in the army. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, you've been in the army almost 20 years. Like, of course you're disciplined. You're still here. You never got in trouble. Like, come on, right? You think you're disciplined. You think you're patient until you start trading. You learn, nah, you're not as patient as you think you are. Okay? And so what ended up happening was, as I was investing, I was selling things that I probably shouldn't have sold had I just paused and gathered the right information. Okay? Like said till that 200x hit. yeah, I got you. You know, but here's the thing. Even with that, there should be a plan. I'm glad you put that in there, and I'm gonna get back on track because I want to make sure I stay on track. Even when your profit hits a certain percentage, like let's say you're up 200%. Okay, so what is your plan? You should have had a plan for that profit before you even put money into the market, right? So let's say you hit 200% return now, like you're up 200%. My bad. Okay, so if you're up 200%, do you take profit? If your answer is yes, well, how much profit do you take? In percentages, not dollar amount, in percentages. How much profit do you take? How much of your portfolio do you want to leave into your account? Or how much profit do you want to leave in? How much do you what is your balance? What do you want your balance to be? Right? So what trading taught me as an investor is to be more patient. I need to take my time. I need to pause. Miss Gigi asks, can I lead the profit? Yes, you can. Oh, you said the buzz was the entry, not the exit. Okay, I got you. But yeah. So for me, trading made me aware, unfortunately, because I was losing money, right? But it made me aware that there are sometimes you just need to pause. Okay. So we built something together so far, right? We've learned about the river of money. We built our investor dashboard, right? We've practiced using that traffic light method that I taught on Tuesday, but we still haven't answered an important question, and that is what happens when it's finally time to make a decision. Because eventually, at some point, every investor reaches that moment where you're like, okay, I'm sitting in front of the computer, or I have my brokerage account open on my phone, right? And I'm looking at it. I see the price of it. I've done my research, I know where the money is flowing. I've done my dashboard, and I'm sitting here looking at this buy button. What do you do next? So this is where I tell people this is the time for us to pause. I'm going to break this down, the word pause, real quick, so that way hopefully I can be done by 8 o'clock. So the word pause means for us to P is purpose. I have said this from day one of coming on live. Anytime we invest, there should be a purpose, a reason behind us investing. What purpose will that profit be for? Like, what are we doing? Why am I investing in why do I have an IRA? Why am I investing in Nvidia? Why do I have these crypto ETFs, these Bitcoin ETFs, right? Why am I putting money into a high yield savings account? Why? What is the purpose for it? That is the first question we should be asking ourselves. Why am I buying this? Why am I buying Nvidia? Why am I buying Bitcoin? Right? Lady Long Term said our kids is my purpose. That's awesome. Boss, welcome in. Welcome back, I should say. Derek, welcome in. Happy Friday, y'all. Okay? We should be asking ourselves, why am I buying this? Not, okay, will it go up tomorrow? Or what if I buy it and it go down tomorrow? We should be asking, why am I buying this? Period. That is the first thing that we should do. So that P stands for purpose. Am I buying this because I want to have a long-term investment? I want to turn it into, I want to put this this particular portfolio in a trust for the next generation, right? Am I buying it to build wealth over the next 5 or 10 years? Why am I buying? Or are you just buying because everybody on TikTok talking about buy XLM, buy ZBEC, buy Solana, buy what was it he said? Metallicus, buy this. Like, why? Those are two different questions, y'all. Why am I buying it? Am I buying because I want to build generational wealth, Miss Gigi? Or am I buying because everybody on TikTok talking about it? Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all, right? You say freedom. I love it, right? I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I first started investing, I told some of y'all that were here last week, like, I invested in some stuff because Warren Buffett had it in his portfolio. And I'm talking about stocks right now, right? I bought some things because Warren Buffett had it in his portfolio. But here's the thing. That the reason why I bought it wasn't strong enough because I ended up selling it a little over a year later. And y'all, when I went back and looked, JJ, what's going on? Black Warren Buffett in the building. Or on TikTok. Any TikTok streets? I don't know. But I bought these things and sold them like a little over a year later. And when I went back and looked, y'all, this was last month. I went back and I looked and I was like, Jesus. 200%, 300%, 400% up from when I initially bought it. Talking about mad. Oh my goodness. Saga City say, Sorry Major got a picture, she ain't worried about that. I mean, you know, sips water. I'm glad you're feeling better, JJ. It must be something going around because I was down too. I'm so glad you back though and feeling better. Okay. Yeah, Owl say crypto is the best way for normies to make millions. You ain't gonna do it buying bonds, stocks, or commodities. I'm not gonna tell you can't do that from buying stocks and commodities because we have historical data to show that people have been able to do that. So that's not a 100% accurate answer. Opinion. However, I will say this. One of the fastest ways, okay, is in the technology sector. Absolutely. Crypto is part of technology. AI, technology. Those are the fastest ways today in 2026 to make your money. Okay? But saying that you can't make millions as a normal person and investing in the stock market and commodities, that's not a 100% accurate statement. Okay, dearest, welcome in. Happy Friday. Where I say crypto is the fastest horse in the race. Absolutely. Okay? Absolutely. Because I've had conversations with way too many people that have 6 and 7 and 8 figure portfolios, and they didn't start until 2018, 2019, 2020 for some. Not a lot of them, but those people, they hadn't been in the cryptocurrency space no 10, 20 years. Well, I know 2 people that were in 2016, but I'm just saying, right? So yeah, I do believe crypto is one of the fastest ways, but to say that you can't make millions from investing in those other things, absolutely not. That's not an accurate statement to me. Okay. Phoenix Rising said, I bought Netflix at IPO and sold when the market crashed. It pains me sometimes. I'm telling you, we all have stories. So we're investing in a new financial payment system of the world. Absolutely. NASDAQ, similarly, if you're a fifth or diversified. Right. Y'all, at the end of the day, we just need to make sure that we have a purpose for why we're investing. We know why we're investing in that particular asset, whatever it is. If it's Bitcoin, why are you investing in Bitcoin? If it's Nvidia, why are you investing in Nvidia? If it's QQQ, why are you investing in QQQ? If it's gold, copper, silver, why are you investing in it? That's it. That's all. Okay. Because when I first started, y'all, I was investing because I was being told this is what you should invest in. I wasn't thinking about a purpose necessarily, right? I was just reacting to the information that was around me, that was given to me. Y'all, I was told initially when I started, I was told, hey, you need to buy 5 Ethereum. Back then, Ethereum was like $600 or so, right? The person that was teaching us about cryptocurrency, very smart gentleman or whatever, shout out to him from Detroit. But he was like, buy 5 Ethereum. So when Ethereum hit 20K, you got 100K. You got a 6-figure asset. That doesn't include anything else that you hold. You have one asset, you got 6 figures in it. And immediately, my mind was like, shoo, heck yeah. like that's it, right? I didn't think about, but what does Ethereum do? I got it, there's a possibility of Ethereum hitting 20K, right? But why am I buying Ethereum? Like it wasn't clicking. I just heard, hey, it's only $600 today. You buy 5 of them. When Ethereum hit 20K, you got a 6-figure asset. That's all my brain heard. That was all my brain heard. Not anything else. Lady Long Term said, because it wins, not because someone tells you can tell me to be quiet if I talk too much. Yeah, cause child, I already, you know what? I'm about to go. Let me get myself back together. Let me get back on track because I was about to keep going. Inflation is the reason why. Yeah, Raj, I got you. He said he didn't give you enough. Oh, shoot. He didn't give you enough to go with, though. He didn't. But you know what? All I heard was what I heard, and I just took that and ran with it. So they know how to sell to our people. They do. I will say this, though. I'm glad I bought when I did because Ethereum is still well above that $600. I'm glad I bought Bitcoin when I did because Bitcoin is well above that almost $8,000 that I start buying it. You know what I'm saying? The thing was that I continued to learn along the way. I didn't have all the information at the time, but I continue to learn along the way, which is what I'm still doing to this day in 2026. So 6 years later, I'm still studying. I'm still asking questions. Yeah, it was like $7,900 when I first bought as a serious investor. And then Ethereum was $640 or 44 or something like that when I first started buying to hold in my portfolio. So if you have bought something based off of just assignment and everything like that, I need y'all to know you're not by yourself. Okay? You're not by yourself. I did it. At a bare minimum, Leona did it. He said, let me hold 1,000. Man, JJ, quit playing with me. You got money. You got loot. Give me the loot. JJ got loot. He over here playing. Don't let JJ fool y'all. Battle got dough. All right, so look, the P is for pause. I'm behind because I said I want to be done by 8. All right, so P is for pause. A is for assessment, okay? We want to make sure that we assess the environment for today, okay? What is the environment telling me today? Is risk on or risk off? Or are we getting mixed signals, so we need to chill out? We just need to pause, okay? So before I invest, right, what we're doing is I'm going to be asking, saying, JJ, quit playing. You know you got that money. He got them dollars. Where them dollars at? JJ, where them dollars at? He got them. They be coming in here talking crazy like they ain't got it. They got it. Bear market bully too. Be playing games. They got it. I'm telling on you. Thank you for sharing live. I appreciate you. FBA, welcome in. Happy Friday. Proximity, welcome in. Happy Friday. That's right. What's the ticker symbol for the Z-SIP? Oh, ZBEC, JJ, ZBCN. Yeah, that's the one he got me on board with. After months and months and months of Leona. Look at it. Look into it. Oh, yeah, I know. But yeah, so we, before I invest now, my system is I'm looking at what's happening to the dollar, right? Is it strong? Is it weak? Treasury yields. All right. So if does the dollar cost more or less today, right? QQQ. Are we risk on, risk off, right? Nvidia. Are people still excited about AI? Are we looking at AI growing, right? And the ETF flows, specifically for me with Bitcoin, right? Is money going into Bitcoin or out of Bitcoin with these institutional investors? Then once I do all of that, I'm asking myself, is today's environment green, yellow, or red based off of what we talked about on Tuesday? Okay? Remember, the dashboard doesn't tell me what to buy. It just gives me context. So when we pause, we make sure, number one, we have a purpose for why we're investing. Two, we assess everything. We do those steps, right? And then the U in the pause is for us to understand. Okay? We need to understand what we're buying. Period. Could I explain this investment to a friend or a family member if they ask me in simple terms? Could I tell them without them be like, what? If they making this face, that means, baby, you're not explaining it right. Go back to the drawing board with that. Kelly, welcome in. L Parts. Okay. L, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay. If somebody asks you, well, why do you own this? Can you answer it without saying, well, because somebody on TikTok, because Leona said on TikTok, because JJ said on TikTok, because Phantom Beat said on YouTube, right? Said only on their websites. Oh, my bad. My bad. You're not talking to me. Okay? Right, because I did my research. Absolutely. That's what we want to be able to do. I did my research. Okay? I understand. One of the greatest investments you can make isn't buying another cryptocurrency. It's investing in your own understanding. You make more money when you know what the heck you're doing. Everybody got it. So that's the U in pause. Understanding. The S is strategy. Strategy. Now I ask, does this investment fit my plan? Okay? Or is this an emotional decision? I'm just investing because somebody said I don't want to miss out. Yada, yada, yada. Now, earlier in this series, y'all, we talked about building better habits. And here's why. Because think about it. If your strategy changes every time, the headlines are excited or sending signals to you that, investors are excited, people are talking about it consistently on TikTok and whatnot, you don't have a strategy. If you're waiting on a tweet to tell you should be investing in something, you don't have a strategy. You have reactions. And unfortunately for you, baby, you're going to probably lose some money. Or you may not make the amount of money you could potentially make because you following the herd instead of your own research. Hey, JJ said, y'all, I'm going to read this for y'all on YouTube. JJ said, I'm going to need my 10% cut from everybody on this ZBEC. For those of us that are investing in it now, because he brought it up on this live stream multiple times. That's funny. Yeah, I ain't gonna be no 10%, dog. I'm gonna just give you a thank you. That should be good enough. You helping out your battle buddy. But no, we need to have a strategy, y'all. Okay. A strategy should help you stay grounded. All right. Even when everybody else is emotional, right? That strategy helps you to stay grounded. Remember, not every opportunity is your opportunity. Not every investment or every asset is for you. This is why, even like when JJ was talking about it, I know we joking now, whatever, but I was telling him, I was like, listen, my priority right now is investing more in my blue chip cryptocurrencies. That's my priority right now, right? But then I thought about it. Well, I do have a small percentage allotted for the cryptocurrencies that are considered to be a bit more risky because there are more than likely small cap coins and things of that nature, right? So I can use that small percentage that I allocate for crypto in general. I can use that small percentage for those small cap coins, mid cap coins, things of that nature. Okay. But you don't have to buy everything that people are talking about. It's okay if you say, no, it's not for me. It's all good. Okay. Last letter for pause is execute, 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 execute. My mentor, who is actually my coach, Eric Thomas, he always say execute. Execute. You got to do it. JJ say that telling you thank you is at 10%. All right, let's go. Okay? But that's it. Execute, because here's something that like completely changed how I personally think about investing. Executing doesn't always mean buying. Okay? Sometimes the best decision that you can make is waiting. Bear market bully, we was talking about it on Tuesday. Sit on your hands. Okay? We wait for clearer guidance or better understanding. If things are a bit fuzzy, if there's mixed signals, right? We don't want to sit here and just jump just because. No. Waiting isn't a weakness, y'all. Waiting is a decision. It's still a decision. I decided to wait. See how that sentence went? I decided to wait. My assessment makes sense. I understand the investment, right? It fits my strategy. Then I can execute with confidence. But if one of those pieces is missing, I can confidently wait. I can patiently wait until I'm ready, until everything lines up. So remember, pause, okay, is our purpose. Why am I buying? Okay, assessment. All right, what is today's environment telling me? All right, understanding. Do I truly understand this particular investment, this particular asset that I'm considering putting my money into? The S is for strategy. Okay, does this fit my long-term plan? And the E is for execute. So you're either going to move forward with confidence or you're going to wait patiently. That's it. That's all. Okay. So let's do this. Let me pull up. We're going to do our system. Y'all ready? That's right. Thank you, Phoenix Rising. We're going to do our system, y'all. So let me share my screen and I'm going to turn this around. That used to be my song, boy. Okay. So let's go. We sharing. So we went over everything. Now we're going to look at the market together. I'm trying to find the thing to turn around. There you go. Come on. What are you doing? Get back up here. Am I tripping? Hold on, y'all. Let me stop sharing. Let me pull this up again. Maybe I need to get out and come back in. I think I got to go out and come back in. Boo. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. But in the meantime, this is a good time to tap the screen. Okay? Tap on TikTok. Share if you haven't shared yet. And then hit repost. If you do not feel comfortable with sharing and you want to help me out with getting this information out to other people. Okay? Now, why the DXY? There you go. Okay. I'm like, why is this not pulling up? This is a good time to repost as well. Okay. Share, repost, and continue to comment and let me know if you are enjoying this so far. If you learned something new, I see you, Phoenix Rising. If you learned something new for sure, let me know in the chat, okay? I'm not going to be able to see y'all on YouTube because I'm about to start back sharing my screen. So I won't be able to see your comments on YouTube, but you can see the chart. Okay, thank you for the repost. I appreciate you. So let me turn this back around so we can get to it. Okay, so remember, our system goes, we're looking at the US dollar because we want to see what the strength of the dollar is looking like. Is it strong? Is it weak? We're on the day time frame. Trying to move this up here. We're on the day time frame. Okay. DXY is US dollar index. Got it? Okay. So remember, each one of these candles represents 1 day of price moving up or down. Green means price is going up. Red means price is going down. Green means price is going up. Red means price is going down. So today we see that for Friday, July 10th, see it at the bottom? Friday, July 10th, we see that the DXY, the dollar is strong. Okay? We see that for today, the dollar is strong. So make a note of that. And I want y'all to keep that in mind. All right. I appreciate you, Brown Sugar. Thank you for coming in. Have a great weekend. All right. Now we're going to move on to the next one. Next one. The next thing, hold on. I got to do this. Got to stop sharing because then it won't share. How do I go back to it? So y'all got it. DXY is saying that the dollar is strong for today. Told you so. All right, so let me do this one. PD that. Idiots. I'm trying to get it up here. Jeez, come on. Share. All right, the next one we look at the 10-year treasury, right? So let's go. Press the wrong button. All right, so for my people who don't know, we went on marketwatch.com. I feel like, hold on, y'all. Oh, yeah. Yep, that look way better. Like, this thing look ugly. All right, so marketwatch.com. And we see that it was updated here, 4.562%. It was updated at 5:03 Eastern Standard Time today. Everybody see that? 4.562. So let's look at yesterday to see if it's higher than today or lower than today. We're going to scroll down and go to historical quotes. Okay? And now, let's see what it was for yesterday. Yesterday was the 9th. Oh my gosh, come on. The 9th right here. And we're going to go to close. If y'all still with me, let me know. Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if you're still with me. So yesterday it was 4.558%. 4.558%. Today is 4.562. So that means we are up. I got you, JJ. Thank you. That means we're up. So the dollar is up. It's strong. The treasury is now up. Make a note of that. Cool. All right. We're going to go to step 3. Step 3 is, let's go here. Step 3 is we're going to go back to trading view. Bam. Okay. Now we're going to go to QQQ. Okay, that's the NASDAQ. Okay, if you're like, why are we going to that? Why are we doing these things, y'all? You're gonna have to go back and watch the replay because I have to go. All right, so we're on QQQ. All right, the day. So that means we're looking at current candle. So we see that this candle is for July 10th. That's today. So we are green here. Price is up. Price is actually higher than it was yesterday. Make a note of that. So we know that the US dollar is up. We know that the treasury yield is up. We see that technology is up with QQQ. Now we're going to go to Nvidia. What did Nvidia look like? Again, we're on Nvidia day. We're on the day chart. And then we have Nvidia way up from compared to yesterday. Okay? Way up compared to yesterday. Make a note of that. US dollar strong. US Treasury up. QQQ up. Nvidia up. One more thing. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I had to help the kid out. You got to get your underwear? Okay. 1 second. These are in my way. Okay. So everybody got the note for that. Crypto Bagger, welcome in. Happy Friday. So everybody got those 4. Last one is we're going to look at Bitcoin ETF flow. Okay. So we have to look at the previous day because typically when we got on here, the current day, they didn't have it updated when we looked at it on Tuesday. So now I'm going to share, and then we're going to look at Bitcoin ETF flow. I'm going to show y'all the website so that way y'all see it on TikTok as well. I appreciate you, King, for the follow. Thank you so very much for that heart. Me too. I appreciate you. Max, welcome in. Happy Friday. Let's go. So, boom. Y'all should see this on YouTube. All right, let's go. And then let me share my screen, Bitcoin ETF flow. All right, so we're on coinglass.com. It says ETF Bitcoin. Y'all see that up here? Okay. This is today, July 10th, and it's showing us what's the total. We are green. We're in a positive. So we had inflows today for Bitcoin. All right, so that's good for us. So now that we have all of this information, are we seeing green? Are we seeing yellow or red according to our system? What type of environment are we in? Are we in an environment that is confident in our technology and risk assets, right? Is it yellow? Are we sending mixed signals? Or is it red, meaning stay the heck away because risk is off right now? Which one are we seeing? Green, yellow, or red? I'm seeing green, green, green. Y'all, risk is on right now. But here's the conflicting part for me, okay? The dollar is up. This is why it's kind of like, what is really going on? Because the dollar is up, and so is the U.S. Treasury. Typically, when you have those two things happening, then we see the opposite. So that kind of throws me off because I'm not used to that. Okay? So are people still taking the risk as far as the institutional investors? Yeah. But today is one of those days where it's conflicting. Because think about it. Money costs more when the treasury yield is higher. When the dollar is stronger, okay? When the dollar is stronger, people are not really say, do you wait? Again, I would say for me personally, okay? For me personally, based on my investment plan, I'm more than likely still going to go. Okay? Because I know what I want to do. And I have things set aside, right? I know what I'm investing in, specifically investing in. So I'm still on go. Okay? That's Leona. It just throws me off because it's like, how when money costs more, are we still so risk on? There's something that I don't know. But just because there's that one thing that I don't know does not mean for me that I'm not going to invest, because clearly risk is on. Okay? Yep. So now we went through our 5 points, right? We did our gauges, we did the traffic light and everything. At this point, okay, you've already slowed down compared to what we have grown accustomed to in this society today, where it's go, 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 hurry up and make a decision. You've already slowed down just by doing this process. Would you agree? If you agree, type yes in the chat. If you disagree, type no in the chat. You've already slowed down on making a decision by doing this process. Okay? And sometimes that's what you need. Okay? Sometimes that's what you need to protect yourself from making an emotional decision. All right? So y'all, I didn't, create this just because I see you. Yeah. Yep. So you said, are you talking about Phoenix Rising? I'm reading your comment. You were saying make net is stronger. Are you talking about on the Bitcoin ETF flow? Because I was looking down at the bottom where it said, Jesus, where is it? Where it said total. Oh my gosh, why did it do that? Dang it. It just went out. Okay, I got you. So yeah, so I didn't make this system, right? I didn't make it just because I didn't think that it's going to be a system used to predict the future either, because like I keep telling people, I'm not in the business of predicting anything. Simone, welcome in. Happy Friday. I created it because I know what it feels like to be overwhelmed and bombarded with information. Okay? I know what it feels like to be like, oh man, I don't want to buy this, because what if I buy it and it goes down? So you're probably wondering if you're making the right decision. That's why I did it. Okay? I want you to remember that you don't have to know everything before you invest, but you should have a process that you trust, or at least working on building a process that you trust, and continue to be a student. That's what we're building here. That's what we're doing here. Okay? So if you have enjoyed this series, okay, because this is the last one. This is the last one. We're going to do something totally different next week. If you have enjoyed this series, all right, the next step is not for you to attempt to memorize all of this, y'all. That's why I have it recorded on YouTube. Okay? You can go to Prosperity Calls on YouTube and you can watch the replays of all of this. Okay? The next step is to practice this process. That Miss Gigi said it. The next step is to practice this process. And that's what we're doing tomorrow, okay, in the Crypto Beginner Workshop that starts at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So East Coast, that's 12 p.m. for y'all. West Coast, that's 9 a.m. for y'all, okay? We're going to take everything that we covered over the past 2 weeks, from that river of money, right? The investor dashboard, the traffic light method, all of that, and what you were just introduced tonight, the pause. We're going to put all of that together in a hands-on session. You're going to be able to ask questions, work through real examples, get that live demonstration on how to purchase your cryptocurrency, how to transfer it from your coin, me for Coinbase, but from your crypto exchange to your private wallet, okay? And then you're going to leave with a plan you can actually use, a personalized plan, not a generalized plan, okay? So if you've been waiting for the right time to move from learning to doing, I would love to see you tomorrow, okay? Go ahead and take that next step by clicking the link in my bio. Y'all, like I said, it's only $37, okay? But I'm spending 4 hours with y'all. If it is needed, we'll be there a bit longer to make sure that everybody is good to go, okay? It's on YouTube as well. You can click on the description box in this video, and you can click the link on there. All right, so that is it, y'all. We have done it. Your homework assignment. If you're attending the class tomorrow, you don't have to have it done before tomorrow, okay? James, welcome in. Happy Friday. But I do want you to have it complete before we meet back up on next week, okay? For the next Crypto 101. I do want you to have it done by then. So it's homework time, all right? Don't dip out because I said it's homework time. Don't be rolling your eyes at me either because I said it's homework time. I know I can't actually see you, but I can feel it. Okay. Don't be doing that, y'all. All right. We're putting our stuff into practice. Oh, shucks. I don't know what's going on with this. It's messing up on StreamYard. It's something is blocking it. I can't see. Oh. Say, how can it all be up at the same time? They printing money. Yeah, they got some. Listen, there's some stuff going on, with the dollar and the treasury, and then you got people investing heavily into tech and AI and all this stuff, and you got Bitcoin, people buying into Bitcoin. Like, yeah, good old boys club. But look, homework. Welcome back. All right, homework. It's not going to be bad, y'all, okay? I promise you it's going to be something that can make your investing, decision-making a bit simple, okay? Or simpler, I should say. All right? So keep in mind, y'all, we learn through repetition. So the more you do this, the better you get, the more your confidence grows, okay? And the easier it gets. So last week, or actually on Tuesday and last week, we were talking about the whole dashboard and everything. And I wanted you guys, after you completed your dashboard, to come back and leave a comment on the video that I posted today. I said that on Tuesday. So if you haven't done that yet, I'm going to ask that y'all do that, sometime either this weekend or on Monday when the market opens back up. So that way you can answer a question. I don't want y'all to tell me where you think Bitcoin is going, do any predictions and stuff, because that's not what we're doing. Okay, Chloe, welcome in. Happy Friday. I want you to tell me, today I feel either confident, conflicted, or cautious about the investing market or the investing environment because XYZ. Based on everything we've learned, you should be able to tell me why you're confident in the investing market, why you feel conflicted, because that means it's mixed signals, right? Or why you're cautious. Okay? So again, I'm going to say that statement one more time, that sentence one more time. When you go to the post that I posted today on YouTube and on TikTok, all right, I want you to type in the comments, today I feel either confident, conflicted, or cautious about the investing environment because XYZ. Everybody got it? That's part one. Because I want us to get in the habit of describing the environment. Not just saying, oh, it's a green day. Oh, it's a red day. What does that mean? What does that mean to me? A person that is new to investing and want to invest in cryptocurrency. Randy, welcome in. Happy Friday. Right? What does that mean to me? So I want us to practice describing the environment we potentially are walking into. Okay? And get away from that whole idea that we need to predict the market. None of us can predict the market. I don't care who you are. There are some people, very, very few, that have given really great analysis that have turned out to be true a bit more often than the average person. But I'm telling you now, nobody's 100% right. Okay? Now, what I want you to do as the second part of your homework, y'all, is to write your investing rules if you don't have any yet. So if you don't have any yet, this is for you. All right? So some examples of the investing rules is like, I don't chase, pumps, like because the market is going up, I'm just buying just because. No. Or another investing rule is I always check my investor dashboard first. Doing those 5 things that I'm talking about, or whatever yours is going to be. Or I only invest money I can afford to lose. I only invest money that I can afford to leave in said investment. Y'all get where I'm going with this, right? Mo, welcome in. Happy Friday. Y'all get where I'm going with this. Give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all get where I'm going with it. Okay? So that's what I want you to do. If you don't have investment rules written down and plastered somewhere in your house or in your phone, like I have everything in my phone, child. But if you don't have it, this is what I want you to do. So you have your 2 things that you're going to do for your homework, okay? That's it. That's all. It's nothing outrageous, okay? You good to go. Everybody got it? Okay. All right, cool. So with that being said, we have now completed our 5th episode of this particular series. All right. We talked about thinking like an investor, and we began with questions like, well, why does Bitcoin move the way it moves? Talon, welcome in. Happy Friday. Okay. Tonight, what I hope is everyone who's watched the entire live or watched the replay on YouTube, that's Prosperity Calls on YouTube, I'm hoping that you leave with a different question. Okay. And the question definitely is not what's Bitcoin price going to be tomorrow. All right. But how will I make my next financial decision? How will I make my next financial decision? Because that's the question that's going to change your life. Period. Point blank. Markets will always change, y'all. The headlines are always going to change. There's going to be someone telling you to buy this versus that. Prices are going to change. All this stuff is going to happen. But if you build a process that you trust, that you see gives you the results that you want, the consistency that you are looking for, Crypto Bagger, welcome in. Happy Friday. Then you don't have to start over every time the market changes. Okay? So tomorrow, we're going to build that process that you can trust to use over and over again. All right. If you've been waiting for somebody to walk, beside you while you take those steps in the crypto space, all right, then that crypto beginner workshop is for you. We'll be together tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, or until all the questions are answered, like I said, to make sure that your investing plan is intact before we leave. You will not leave until you have said, Leona, I have my investing plan. Whether that's 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, whatever. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you, Crypto Bragger. Okay? Because we're on a mission to build your confidence in this space, to help you choose your crypto exchange and be able to successfully purchase crypto either for the first time or the next time. Be able to move it from that crypto exchange to your wallet of choice, whether that's a hot wallet or a cold wallet. Okay? I want you to be able to walk through this. We have a wallets and security checklist. We're going to go through that tomorrow. Yep. And you're going to have it for yourself too. Okay? We're going to talk about how you show you how to establish your very own investing dashboard that you're going to use every single day. You're going to establish your very own crypto evaluation process. So now you know this is what I'm looking for before I consider investing in said cryptocurrency. So like JJ said, look into ZBEC. Okay, now these are the things I'm looking for to say, yep, ZBEC is a really solid choice for me to invest in. The people that say HBAR, XLM, XRP, Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, whatever. You're going to have a list that tells you this is what I'm looking for to say, yep, this is a good project, crypto project. Got it? So you're going to walk away with your own crypto investing strategy once you finish. All right? So that's it. If you're excited about that, if you're looking forward to it, go ahead and click the link in my bio on TikTok. You can click the link in the description box on YouTube. Okay? I am looking forward to seeing you on tomorrow. All right? All right? So, Battles, it's time for me to wrap this up. It is, oh, Lord. Yeah, it's past 8:30. I got to go. I want to say thank y'all to every single person who has come on here, liked, shared, repost, okay, commented, sent gifts on TikTok, subscribed on YouTube because I saw the subscribe or the subscribers pop up on my phone. I appreciate y'all for hitting the notification bell for everything you've done. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for trusting me with your time over these past 2 weeks, okay? I hope you leave this series with way more information, but also with the confidence to move forward in your decisions, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to leave y'all with my favorite quote, and that's from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe, and he said, to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe. And God willing, we'll see each other on next week for those of you that are not coming tomorrow. Night, y'all.